Okay. So, hello once again, everyone. Eid Mubarak and good evening to the Tech Drill and good evening to everyone who has joined today and welcome you all to this Tech Drill session, the 11th session on the Tech Drill, and we have like resumed this after a really long time, and I can see a few people who have attended us from past events and past sessions as well. So let's start enjoying these sessions once again over the call from 7 to 8 p.m. Before starting the session, I would like to welcome you all, and I am Varsha Jaiswal here, the organizer and ambassador at GDG WTM Jalandhar, currently working as a software engineer at Easy Eat AI. I am also a very passionate person related to community, and I have been a part of community since like 6+ years. And I'm really excited to see what's next in the journey. So here we are gathered today to um, like involve in what we had planned, involved in the campaign which we planned last year, that is TechDrill, with the main aim of talking about a particular technology for a 7 day, or like just helping you all to be an expert from a beginner and explore a technology, build some projects, talk to the people, network with the audience, and build a better world. So TechDrill actually is an initiative by GDG WTM Jalandhar where the community members deep dive all together into various technologies. We have already covered various tutoring sessions in ML, web, Firebase, Flutter, and we have seen people getting into some internship or creating some really awesome projects with these skills. And I'm really excited to see you all in the cloud session of TechDrill. This happens every second and fourth week of every month throughout the year. We took a break for some time because of DevFest and a lot more yearly plans which we had, but we are back again with the bang, and we are gonna learn a lot more things related to various technologies which has already been planned, that is cloud, ML, Angular, Node, and whatever you ask for. So this is the official website of TechDrill, and you can like have a look at it for latest information or whatever information you want to know. If you have missed the past sessions, you can check it out. The recordings are available on the website, and the website is techdrill.jdgjalandhar.com. You can also join us by being a part of our community. If you want to be a part of our community at jdg.community.dev/jdg-jalandhar, so that we'll be updated with the latest information, latest events coming in, and there is a lot more plan which is already in progress for offline events as well. So stay tuned to jdg.community.dev/jdg-jalandhar. There are definitely a few code of conducts for every event, and for TechDrill also we have few code of conducts, that is be respectful to each and everyone who are there in the call today. Do not post anything offensive, do not advertise or promote anything which is not related to the technology we are talking here today. Do not spam, because if we can lose, or the valuable questions can get lost in the spams, as if you are spamming the chat. And if you are facing any issues, do report us at jdgjalandhar@gmail.com, and we'll take it further. We'll try to resolve your concerns as well. So without further ado, today we are here gathered for the 11th session under TechDrill, that is Cloud 101, where we'll start from a very basic about what is cloud, how come this word came into picture. It's really not Badal. I know it's rainy season and we are seeing cloud every day, but it's really not that. And it starts from today, and it will be happening every day from 7 to 8 p.m. Till Saturday. For the query purposes, and if you face any issues, we have Discord server, which you can join on bit.ly/jdcjalandhar-discord. We have created a separate channel for you that is cloud-01, where you can ask your queries by tagging these mentors, or by just asking your queries, and your fellow attendees can even answer that. At the end of the session, you'll also receive the certificate of completion by the mentor. Um, you will be assigned a project, maybe on fifth or sixth day of the session, and you have to finish that and submit it within the given time. And post that, your mentor will just review your projects and will award you with the certificate of completion. So yes, let's welcome the speaker of the day and this mentor tutoring session, that is Intro to Cloud and Google Cloud Platform. So I'd like to take a moment to welcome Brijraj Singh, who is working as a technical lead at an ECPROP at a company. He's also the organizer and expert for Firebase and web. So honestly, he knows everything, bits and bytes of everything. So let's have him over the stage, and let's start this journey of the roller coaster and enjoy this 7 days all together, learning cloud in the rainy season. Thank you so much. Over to you, Rich. Yeah, I'll be sharing the link in the chat. Just give me a moment.
Thank you also for the introductions. Yeah, let me share the screen.
Sure.
Okay. I guess my screen is visible to you
Yes,
all.
visible, Rich.
Okay. So first of all, thank you so much for having me and for joining us to learn cloud and Google Cloud Platform. And my name is Rijraj, and I'm a Google developer expert for web technology and Firebase. I work with Google Cloud and Firebase and web developer relations team at Google for building large-scale product, as well as I'm a tech lead for at Acton. So today, like entire this like the cloud drill, we have created an agenda. Like in the day one, we'll talk about the cloud. What is cloud? How? What is the difference between the cloud services provider, let's say GCP, Azure, and Microsoft AWS. And the day two, we'll talk about Google Cloud Platform, like how we can use these services in more practical ways. And in day three, we'll talk about the compute services, like how we can build or deploy our web applications or any other backend logic with the help of GCP. And in day four, we'll create a simple web application and we'll deploy that particular web applications on with the help of compute service in using GCP. And in day five, we'll talk about the storage services, like what type of storage services you can use in a cloud, and then how you can utilize these storage services for building other applications. And then we'll talk about the, the database services, like in GCP, we have a lot of database services you can use for building a large scale web applications. And in day seven, we'll talk about like what is the next thing you can do once you have a base ready of your the cloud and the GCP side. So in this sessions, like I'll talk about mainly three things, like what is cloud, and then we'll talk about Google Cloud Platform and the Google Cloud, and then we'll talk about how do I get started. So So let's get started with the cloud. So what is cloud? So like before starting the topic into the cloud, like I'll give it a little bit history about the cloud. So first, let's say you wanted to post a website, or if you can create a website with the help of HTML, CSS, and the JavaScript, where you can design your structure of your web page with the help of HTML. You can design your website or the web page with the help of CSS. If you want to make more interactive web page, then you can go with JavaScript, and then you can build a website. Once your website is ready, you can test your website with the help of browser, and then you can serve your website with the help of server. So let's say you have an idea about any startup, let's say xyz.com. And if I talk about the on-premises, like to face, like where we as a developer, we generally purchase the system as a computer, and then we install our web server on that particular computer, and then we will put our all HTML, CSS, and JavaScript file in that particular computer, and then we will connect uh, the computer with the help of internet, and so that my website will be accessible from any other network or different locations. So on premises is just like where you just need to go to the store, purchase the computer, install the web server, and then upload the HTML, CSS, JavaScript file, and then you can connect your computer with the internet so that it can be accessible from different networks. So there is some kind of limitations. Let's say I have created a website and I share this website to my friend network. So as of now, three people are using my accessing on my website on let's say X or one server or one computer. So each computer has some sort of limitations. So let's say in a one computer can handle only 10% uh, like 10% can access the website from a single computer. So let's say traffic is increased. So what to do? So we need to go to the store and then purchase another computer and then connect with like increase the storage, processing power, or maybe you can purchase another computer and then you can put your computer in a parallel way so that you can handle the traffic. So this is called as on-premises way, like where you just need to purchase a system and then you need to might make their own infrastructure. But this is all about the cost. This is not a good for the cost effective point of view. But if I talk about the time sharing, let's say large scale company like IBM who are using these strategies like on-premises like things, like they have a lot of systems, but as of now, let's say three systems are running, but out of 90 systems are not using as of now. So what they can do, they can like they can share these 97 system as a rental to the let's say XYZ startup so that they can access these 97 systems. So it's all about time sharing piece. Then we have a cloud. So cloud is just like where we have a computer and we can access those computer from any XYZ locations on any XYZ let's say network. So it's all about the cloud. So cloud computing is just like you are accessing a system. So a system can be anything, like you are accessing a computer. So what you can do with the help of computer, you can play a game, you can watch some movies, you can watch some you can create a website, you can post your website, and then you can do a lot of things. So similarly with the help of cloud computing, so you can do anything, like you can use that particular computer as a storage services, or you can install any database, so or you can use that computer as a networking, you can use that computer as a software, you can use that computer as analytics, and you can do anything with the help of cloud. So like as I mentioned, like cloud computing is just like a computer where uh, like you put your computer any like where we are accessing the computer from any XYZ locations or the network. So like you can do anything, like from the computer you can host your website, or you can store some data, you can uh, like recover the data, you can host a website, you can host your web applications, you can do anything. Even you can also stream your video or person editing the video part, you can deliver the software over that particular computer, or you can analyze this data with that particular computer. So there is a lot of benefits, like you can use the concept of cloud computing. So first one is cost effective, like all over the cloud services provider or cloud computing is working on pay as you go services. Like you don't need to like purchase the hardware, you just need to pay the amount for using that particular services on that particular time. So it's a uh, effective services. And the second one is speed in terms of like all the cloud computing, like all the computers or let's say just hardwares are connecting with the like super fast internet network, like they are connected with the optical fibers. So these all are the very fast, like they are using latest hardware. Let's say they are using SSD, they are not using optical fibers. And similarly, it's a global scale. You don't need to worry about the scaling of your website. You can easily scale up your web application. And the next part is productivity. Let's say you are a developer, you don't need to manage the infrastructure. You just need to focus on the writing of code and the best practices. You don't need to work on the managing infrastructure. So this is how like you can increase the productivity of your startup or maybe the web applications. And also you can increase the performance because let's say in the let's say if I talk about the on-premises way, I just need to purchase this computer for the latest upgrade. But if I'm using the concept of let's say cloud computing, so I can use any hardware virtually from internet. So I can increase the performance of my website. And again, this is reliable. You don't need to worry about the infrastructure and many other things. So now I'll talk about like how people use Google Cloud or the cloud platform. So generally, cloud, we as a people can use cloud as an infrastructure as a service. Like we can use that particular computer to store our, let's say, data. We can use that particular computer to host our website. So basically, we are using the infrastructure of that particular computer or the cloud. So it's a part of infrastructure as a service. Then, if I talk about the platform as a service, which is a platform means like you are using the infrastructure, but you are using some sort of magical tools which will handle the scaling part, which will handle the load balancing. There are a lot of things in the platform as a service, like which is a part of IAS plus some magical tools, which is responsible for the scaling of your computing system and all. Then we have software as a service like you have a computer and then you can create a web applications and you can store that particular web applications over the computer uh, and then you that software will be considered as a software as a service. Like there are n number of softwares company who are providing a software as a service over the cloud. So like now like how people how people deploy the cloud like the first is public cloud and the second one is private cloud and third one is hybrid cloud. So public cloud is just like anyone go and anyone can create their account and then anyone can create a virtual machine and anyone can do anything. It's like it's totally up to you. It's a public cloud. It's totally you can do anything. But if I talk about the private cloud, which is restricted for some set of organizations or maybe some set of peoples, uh, it's a part of private cloud. So let's say if you are jump to the any corporate companies and they are using the concept of private cloud. So some set of employees can access these services. So it's a part of private cloud. And if I talk about the hybrid cloud means the combination of public and private cloud. Let's say 50% of cloud is public and 50% cloud is for employee only. So if I talk about these all are the example for let's say Google Cloud Platform or the Amazon web services. So which is a hybrid cloud and which is a kind of public and hybrid cloud. So now I'll talk about the Google Cloud. What is Google Cloud? So Google Cloud is a combination of Google Cloud Platform and the Google Workspace. What is Google? Google Cloud Platform is a part of IaaS and PaaS. Like it includes infrastructure as a service and then also include platform as a service. But if I talk about the Google Workspace, which is a part of SAS, software as a service. So the combination is called as Google Cloud Platform. Sorry, Google Cloud. So why Google? Because there are n number of products within a Google. They are running right now over the Google Cloud Platform, and there are more than billions users who are using actively services over the Google with the help of Google Cloud Platform. So with the help of Google Cloud Platform, which is a part of IaaS and the PaaS, you can do anything. Like you can post your website, you can run your the code, you can deploy your code, you can host your, or you can store some data. You can use Google Cloud Platform as a networking. You can use Google Cloud for the IoT purpose. You can use Google Cloud for, let's say, analytics purpose. So you can do anything with the help of Google Cloud. So, Google Cloud Platform is a set of services that enables developers to build, test, and deploy the web applications on Google reliable infrastructure. Means with the help of GCP, you can build anything, you can store anything, and you can analyze anything. It's totally up to you, like what type of things you are deploying, or what type of things you are building, what type of things you are storing, and what type of strategies you are following for analysis the things. So there is a stories like about Spotify, like how Spotify is using the using Google Cloud Platform. So
Audio is a really powerful medium because it's so personal and engaged to who you are.
It is the most intimate and the most connecting medium. And what we're seeing today is that there's this new technological revolution taking place, and that opens up a whole new interest and explosion of audio.
Spotify is definitely more than just a music company these days. Recently, we expanded very substantially into podcasts.
I'm Alex Bloomberg, and this is Without Fail.
Our mission at Spotify is to connect 1 million creators with 1 billion fans. So that's very exciting. It's also a huge challenge.
And the problem is bigger than just the number of fans that we have. It's also the amount of content that we have.
We have a huge catalog, 130 million audio files.
The scale is growing so fast. At peak, we're seeing 8 million events per second, 500 billion events per day.
Data is basically the core of running our business. And if we're not able to get the latest insights about our users, we're not able to see the key statistics about our business, that's a problem.
We were reaching the sort of tipping point where the current system wouldn't scale anymore.
And that's where Google Cloud comes in. Google Cloud takes care of a lot of the complexity of our business.
We don't need to worry about the infrastructure. We don't need to worry about all the details that aren't core to our product. It's intuitive and it makes scaling effortless.
And that frees us up to do Spotify-specific things. Being creative, being innovative, experiment faster, and get results way faster.
Google understands engineering culture, and they've really brought that to the cloud platform.
It's been a massive improvement in our ability to make our employees at Spotify more productive.
In addition, I think one of the most powerful parts of our partnership has been our engineers and Google engineers sitting together in the same room to solve some of our most difficult problems.
Because they're able to access petabytes worth of data at their fingertips very simply.
Moving to Google Cloud and their platform really freed us up to accelerate our development, and we kind of skyrocketed.
It basically unlocked infinite capacity.
Building the audio network of the future, it takes that intimate connection really to the next level, and that we believe will help us lock additional innovation in the audio space.
We have a very strong belief that we can, together with Google, build the best cloud for us.
So there is a multiple companies who are using the Google Cloud Platform for building large-scale web solutions or large-scale web applications or any kind of solutions. So like not only Spotify, like there are multiple banks like HSBC Bank, HDFC Bank who are using Google Cloud Platform for like managing the large-scale user base. So like yeah. So Google Cloud Platform has a lot of services like you can do anything with the help of cloud computing, the concept as a Google Cloud Platform. So like each there are multiple services. So each so some like they have categorized these services into some sort of categories. Like if I talk about the compute services, like you can use the compute services where you can run your code. And there's a multiple services like identify and security, which is mainly responsible for user access and the user management. And then we have a networking services like if you are working on a VPC, VPN, there are a lot of things. Then you can use the concept of networking services. Or if you are working on a big data, then you can use the big data services. So there are the multiple services over the GCP you can use. So now I'll talk about each services one by one. So first one is identify and access management. So which is a part of like the project. So it's a services like in a GCP you can create a many projects. Like let's say you can create a multiple projects and you can provide access to let's say X type of users based on the services. So like there is a categories like who can do and on which resources. Like you can provide, let's say, X type of users can edit the project X type of users can access XYZ, let's say PQRS type of services. So you can do anything with the help of identify and access management. It's a part of user management. And then where we have a complete services. So complete services is just like uh, is for the developers. Basically, we write a code and then we can run our code on the complete services. So in GCP, we have a lot of complete services as a applications or the services. Like first one is complete engine where you can create a virtual machine, which is very highly customizable. Means you can define the RAM, you can define the storage, you can define uh, the the locations for the deployment. So you can do anything with the help of Compute Engine, which is very highly customizable, where you can run the code, you can deploy your code with the help of Compute Engine. But if I talk about less customizable and more manageable, then you can use the Container Engine, which is like managed services and still you can customize a lot of things. And then we have an app engine which is highly managed, where we don't need to work on the infrastructure or the applications or the services like the RAM, storage, a lot of things. You don't need to manage those kind of things. You just need to focus on the code. You just need to deploy or upload the code on the app engine and you don't need to worry about the infrastructure and management. It will automatically handle a lot of things. And then next we have cloud functions. Uh, Cloud function is very highly managed services, like where we as a developer, we just need to write the code and we just need to put that code into cloud functions and uh, cloud functions do a lot of things in terms of manageable, scalable, and a lot of things. So now next one is networking services. Like if we as a developer doing a networking kind of things, so we can do anything. So Google Cloud is like they have a lot of data centers and uh, like these data centers is connected with the Google Cloud fibers optical cable, which is very fast and you can do anything. You can create private server, you can create uh, like s- subnetting over the set of resources. You can do anything with the help of global network as a services. And then if I talk about the storage services, like we as a developer, we want to store some data over the Google Cloud platform, so then you can use these storage services. So like if I talk about the database, like database in the market, we have two type of database, like structured database and unstructured database. So structured database, we have some sort of structure like the schema where we can put our data into the table format, like we have a row and the column. And then we have an unstructured database, which we don't have any kind of schema. Maybe the data, maybe user generated data or machine generated data. So here we need to handle these kind of data with the help of unstructured database. So like overall in GCP, you can store our data in, like in-memory database or the relational database, or you can use NoSQL database, or you can store object type of data, or you can store block type of data. So if I talk about in-memory database, or which is very fast, basically we are using in-memory database for making the mobile applications or gaming applications, where we can store the configurations about the user. Uh, we can store the configurations about the game state. Like right now, three people are using at, that particular games. So you can do anything with the help of in-memory database. Then we have a relational database. Like in relational database, you can use Cloud SQL, which is a cloud-hosted database. Here you can use MySQL database or let's say PG-SQL, PostgreSQL database. Uh, and which is very good for the web developers, or you can create a CMS kind of website, you can create a e-commerce website with the help of Cloud SQL database. And then we have a Cloud Spanner, which is designed by the Google, where it will help you to horizontal scaling of your data, which is very fast and you can do anything. Basically, Cloud Spanner is used by the fintech companies and uh, like there is a lot of things, like it will automatically sync the real time and lot of things. And then we have a NoSQL database like in GCP, you can use NoSQL database like the data store, which is a part of Cloud File Store. Like you can store the data in terms of reports, documents, and the collections. And if you are making a very complex web applications or the solutions, then you can use the concept of cloud storage or the sorry, file store or the data store. And then we have a cloud big table, which is very heavy in terms of like if you have a lot of amount of data where you need to process the data within a second, so then you can use the concept of big tables. Like you can store 1 lakh rows. You can perform the queries over the 1 lakh rows in a second with the help of cloud big tables. And then sometimes you need to store images or PDF file or media file, then you can use object as a service, like where you can use the database, the cloud storage as a service, where you can store binary files, the PDF file, audio file. So you can use the cloud storage as a service where you can put your data. And then we have a persistent disk, like we are overall on the cloud, we are creating a virtual machines. So we need to store the configurations of that particular virtual machines. So here we can use the persistent disk where we can install the informations or the configurations about uh, the VMs. And then, like if you are working on a machine learning field, you can use the concept, you can use Google Cloud Platform. So with the help of Google Cloud Platform, you can create your own machine learning model, and then you can train your model, and then you can like host your machine learning model on Google Machine Learning Engine, or if you in Google is also providing a pre-trained machine learning model, which is you can directly use. There is some sort of endpoint. We just need to call those endpoint for calling those pre-trained machine learning model. So, like if I talk about the pre-trained machine learning model at Google, like you can use cloud job APIs, natural language processing APIs, video intelligence APIs, speech APIs, vision APIs. Basically, these APIs you can call to extract the data from the images you can do with the help of cloud vision APIs. And then we have developers and management tools like we as a developer, we are hosting multiple services over the Google Cloud Platform. So there is a cloud deployment manager which is help you to manage the deployment of your the web applications, like how many versions are working, and then you can get the log report about the users, like what type of services are running at what particular time, then you can get the report about those services with the help of stack drivers. And also, Google Cloud is providing a developer SDK where you can install this Cloud SDK in your local machines, and then you can do a lot of things with the help of SDK. And then the if I then we have a big data as a service, like you can if you are using if you are working on a big data, let's say Hadoop, so then you need to work on a lot of amount of data. It's not about the size around zettabyte or petabyte. So it's maybe more than hundreds of zettabyte or petabytes. Then you can use these services like Cloud Data Flow, where you can create a batches that you can create a stream of data with your batches, and then you can perform some sort of analytics kind of things with the help of Cloud Data Flow. And then we have a big queries, like you can perform like the read write queries over 1 lakh rows per a second, and then you can create a dashboard with the help of Google Data Studio with the help of BigQueries. And then we have a cloud pops up services, like where you can send a messaging with the and then we have a data labs, which basically is a interactive data explorations where you can create a dashboard and you can do. And then now I'll talk about how we can interact with the Google Cloud Platform. So you can interact with the Google Cloud Platform in 4 ways. Like you can go to the website cloud.google.com, and then you can access these services. Or you can install Google Cloud SDK in your local machines, and over the terminal you can access those services with the help of GCP SDK. Or you can download the applications from the Play Store or iOS uh, Google Cloud Console, and then you can access these services. Or Google Cloud is also providing a REST APIs where you can create your own dashboard for the corporate. Let's say like in my company I want to share four services to my users or the employees. So what I can do, I can create a separate dashboard, uh, and I can provide access to four users with the help of these REST APIs. So yeah, so it's all about like introductions, like what is cloud, what is the cloud platform, and then what type of things we can do. And if you have any questions, you can ask the questions. Yeah, I'm open for the question. And we have a quick labs credits. Like I will share the quick lab credit by tomorrow. Then we'll go deep dive into the compute services, like what type of compute service we can use, like how we can create a virtual machines, how we can host our applications, uh, in step-by-step approach. So yeah, that's all from my end. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. See you tomorrow. If you have any questions, you can connect with us on Discord, and Reg will help you answer that. Bye bye. Good night.